Hat-tricks have completed their third sweep of the season here at the Danbury Ice Arena against the Motor City Rockers, including their first shutout of the year behind Conor McCollum's 44 saves. This is Hat-tricks Weekly, episode 13, with Matt Voity. I'm Wyatt Kopelman. Matt, let's go right into it. On Saturday, you get 44 saves from your starting netminder. What were the biggest things that you saw from him in his second of his career?
Oh, I think he just made timely, huge saves. I think he bailed us out a lot, more than maybe I'd like to see, but it's great to see him, have that effort, especially when the night before the boys kind of made his life kind of easy.
So something that Kyle Gonzalez mentioned after Saturday's win, it was a very hard-nosed win. It represented a lot of what you did in practice. Everyone had that common goal of getting 6 points. What inspired you most about the other components or elements that your team showed in those two wins? I
think the evenness of our effort. I think we played a lot heavier, played a lot faster. I think we were willing to sacrifice ourselves a little bit more, but it was for the full 60. I didn't feel like we had a valley where it's like all of a sudden we're really low. I thought Saturday we were a little bit off in our energy, but not horrible. I think we just couldn't buy a goal. I think we just maybe got a little discouraged by that, but overall, I think for the 120 minutes, I liked our energy. Saturday could have been a little bit better. They are human beings; they're not machines, so I get it. But it was a really good step in the right direction.
Dylan Hullaby, he gets his first goal as a hat-trick in just his second game since arriving via trade last Monday. What do you believe led to that as he got it from Robinson on the odd man rush?
Well, I think Robo just took a heavy hit and made a play. That's really the key to that. And then Hully just took the puck and had his head up, saw a spot and took it. It was kind of indicative of the way we played. Especially that line. That line played some heavy minutes. They took some beatings. I know Robo took a beating that night. They were a scary line to play against.
I know that a few games ago after the HC Venom series, there were some changes in how the lines were constructed. How much do you think that's helped the team over the last couple of weeks, and especially this weekend as well?
I think going into this past weekend, I think it just kind of evened out some of the skill and some of the physicality. I think having Hardy on Chase on the second line. Now it's like, okay, you got Johnny, now you got to deal with Chase, now you got to deal with Billy Barry. That's a tough road to handle. And I think, Chaser's line with Ando and Gammer, followed by Billy's line with Robo and Hully, it's a lot for, I think, any D in this league to handle.
And then you had also mentioned Ando and Chase and Johnny already being a lot for a lot of opposing D pairings to deal with. How much do you believe that can help this team as it moves into the second half of the season? Has a couple of tough series coming up, including this weekend against Watertown.
I think it creates matchup problems. I think it tests the depth of the teams in this league. I think it makes it, harder for, we're hard to play against now, very hard to play against. We come out with the right effort. Our talent is up and down the lineup. It's not concentrated into maybe 6 guys. That's tough to match up against and tough to play against week in, week out.
You mentioned it being hard to play week in and week out. It seems like Noah Robinson is really still providing a lot of energy. He hasn't really dropped off, at least in his skating numbers. What do you believe that he's continued to do well, and how do you believe he's settled into his role since he got here 4 weeks ago?
I think just being a physical player, being a gritty player, that's really why he's here. He's doing exactly what we brought him in to do. Sometimes I think he tries to do too much, or maybe gets a little, excited offensively. But he's doing the things that maybe don't show up in the score sheet or don't show up on the highlight reel that really make a difference for us, like making that play there at center ice to spring Hully.
So defensively, this team only gives up 1 goal on the weekend. What do you believe that worked for your team as it only gave up that 1 goal? And I know you mentioned you made some adjustments defensively over the last couple of weeks.
I think our structure has been progressing. I know even through the struggles, I don't think our structure was bad. I think we've been getting a lot better at it. I think our neutral zone was better. I think our tracking, our backtracking, our back checking has been better. That was something that probably could have been better on Saturday. But I think it kind of, instead of waiting for the game to come to us or kind of waiting for somebody, I think guys, especially this weekend, took it upon themselves to own the game and own their contribution to the team to help us win.
Motor City's been a team that has scored a lot on this team in prior games. It's already been 7 games that you'd play that team. So to hold them to only 1 goal on the weekend, it seemed like a lot was working. What do you feel that the energy was like amongst your D pairings, as you mentioned that the back checking started to improve?
I think the D pairings were really good. Obviously it one complements the other, right? Like, for forwards are coming back, our D can stay up more and take away time and space, and that makes it easier to defend. And I think, I think them keeping it simple was huge. It helps our transition where we were quicker in transition, D to D, up the wall. And when we're there with that, we're really good.
Going into this weekend, you get 2 games against Watertown and a home and home. It's a team that this team is yet to defeat on the road this season. What's the energy like in practice, and what is everybody saying as you guys get ready?
It's been pretty good. We're excited. I think we want to get at it. We want to get the games going. We always have to wait 5 or 6 days between games, which is good and bad. But I think they're excited. They want to get going, and some of these teams they want to. They feel like they owe them something. Like we dropped some games to Watertown that frankly we shouldn't have dropped. We could have been better in it. I think they want to go out and prove that the second half.
So going into this weekend, big chance to get 6 points. Of course, you hope to have Conor McCollum get a great outing in the net this weekend. The Hat Tricks, they can get 6 points if they do what?
If we come out and play physical.
If they come out and play physical, hopefully the Hat Tricks can pick up 6 points again this weekend. Matt, appreciate you swinging by as always.
Thanks, Wyatt.